The very beautiful Olamide will bring us everything that has been trending in the world of social media and more. It's definitely a very packed show, so please grab that cup of coffee and let's have a fantastic one. Now we'll start with the story where the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have announced the total and permanent cancellation of the Monday sit-at-home across the Southeast effective February 9th, 2026. Now the group's spokesman, Ima Powerful, said the directive came directly from its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB said there is no longer any justification for residents to stay indoors on Monday, urging markets, schools, offices, and transport services to resume fully. Residents were advised to remain calm, law-abiding, and go about their normal activities as the group declared that the era of Monday sit-at-home is now over.
As the information reaching to my table to inform all Biafrans, order from the highest command of the Biafra Restoration Movement, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has reached us that Monday sit-at-home is cancelled from today. Sit-at-home is a voluntarily and will not be enforced henceforth.
All right, that's our conversation this morning. I don't know why they choose to, to be where they were to give that information. But anyway, an information was given us. That's the most important thing. Now, Ibrahim, let me come to you first. And when we talk about this sit-at-home,
it's too early for what you just did.
Olamide, let's start with this sit-at-home. We all know, in August 2021, we saw this happen where people were afraid, to even go out. Markets were closed, schools were closed, Yes. And recall back when Governor Soludo had said, he even closed down the market because people kept on, kept on with that order that they will still not go to the market, on Mondays. I remember the spokesman for information in Anambra, he said they lost over 8 billion naira just because of that sit-at-home. It's a good one to see that right now they can now begin activities on Mondays. But my own fear and what I worry about is that I just hope that there is peace and tranquility in that market as they resume.
Absolutely. It's clear that IPOB is understanding the economic realities of political expression. And what I mean by that is, you ordered people a couple of years ago to stay at home, whether it was symbolic resistance, whatever the case may be, you ordered people to sit at home, but you're now saying that there are economic realities to political expression in an area, in a region that is so driven by trade. This sit at home had a very compounding effect, economic effect on the region, like you rightly said, Ria. The question now is, how does the East see themselves? Because, political identity in the East has often been shaped by post-Civil War grievances. And so what is IPOB saying with this? What does that mean that they stand symbolically? It's great to see that they put the needs of the people first. Traders were losing out on business. It was causing unrest in the area. And to see IPOB, for the first time in a long time, take a very peaceful stance, that is commendable. The people come first.
All right, and for me, Ibrahim, I think I must really commend Governor Soludo because he said something and he stood on it. I remember when he closed down the market where, some people were saying what he did was good, some people were saying what he did was not good, but he took a stance and he said he wasn't going back on the stance. For me, I never understood the fact that, Monday people do not go, to the market. I have a lot of friends in the East, I have conversations with them, and most of them actually did not agree with it. But right now, we're seeing that it has come to a standstill. What's the future, for that market and the people of the East, just knowing that finally this sit-at-home order has been cancelled?
Well, I do not think it's Uhuru yet, because another group of IPOB saying that they dismiss these people, that they don't even know them, they don't recognize them. Look at where they're even standing.
Exactly. I started the conversation with that.
IPOB has been proscribed as a terrorist organization. So the way they appeared is more like, these are the terrorists, according to the Nigerian the federal government. It is okay that at least we're getting to hear, from that kind of people, that crop of people, that they sit at home. According to Nnamdi Kanu, I do not know where they met him, because all we know is that Nnamdi Kanu is being incarcerated in somewhere in Sokoto. So saying that they got information from him that they should cancel the sit-at-home order, that's in line with what the state governor, Soludo, actually, that order that he gave, and then also the right IPOB, quote unquote, also said that yes, they are in support of that, but then they dismissed this group. It's so funny that they also carried the Israeli flag. I don't know what.
And I started the conversation with, I do not understand where they were. I don't know why they stood to stand there. But the most important thing is the message they gave out.
Yes. But then altogether, we still know. So if we could have the Simon Epa faction.
Yeah.
We also have that of Nnamdi Kanu faction. We also have another person who came out some time ago when Simon Ekpa was arrested and being tried in Finland. And they said, yes, so this is the leader. We still want security to be very, very present. The presence of security should be top-notch, should be watertight, because this is a people that are fighting emancipation for their people. They're fighting for secession, and they've killed, according to Reuters report, over 700 of their so to speak, families. You know, if you're saying that you want to emancipate people, you want to help them, and you are killing them, what sort of message are you passing?
Olamide, let me come to you with this one. You know, for me, like I said in the beginning, I never understood the sit at home.
That's
you
right.
know, but the only problem I'm having now, I pray that it's Uhuru, because I'm looking at the economic impact. You know, when we talk about the Onitsha market, it's not just a small market. There's nothing they don't sell in Onitsha market. So imagine,
except for human parts.
Except from human, of course, yes. So imagine one day these people cannot go to market. You know, but then again, my fear is that if they resume the market, we need to make sure that there's security. I feel like that's the most important thing.
And today is Monday.
And today is Monday. It will be like, oh, you told us to come now. Look, there's people are fighting. And then I feel like the governor of Anambra needs to be very careful and put a lot of security, because there will be people that just want to make, cause a lot of trouble with this. There will be people that will instigate bad people to cause fights and all of that. So I think that in terms of security, that has to be number one.
In essentially telling his people, no more sit at home, come to marketplaces, resume your economic activities. Governor Soludo is implicitly asking his people to trust him. He's saying trust that it's not IPOB that will take care of you. Trust in state security, trust in your state government, and trust in the infrastructure I will put in place to make sure that your economic activities are protected and your rights as traders and your well-being and your welfare is protected. It goes without saying that the onus is now on Governor Soludo, that you ask these people to come out, the onus is now on you to protect their interests, because they've gone against their symbolic resistance.
That's right.
And an organization that once protected them.
So we know that we're also battling, insecurity left, right, and center in this country. We saw what happened in Kwara State recently, Katsina, Kaduna, etc. And then we've also recorded, so many deaths in the southeast, and some governors who are, taking serious, bold stands against the IPOB. But one thing is that we still need to come to a roundtable. We still need to have a dialogue. Okay, what are your grievances? How do we address it? What are the things that you need? Listen, you can't secede, because even it's your forefathers who actually, led to the balkanization of the Nigerian society, when we moved from regionalism to federalism, even though some people say what we practice is not true federalism. But all the same, you are Nigerians, we are Nigerians. You've given us the mandate to ensure that we have proper governance for all our people. What are your grievances? What are the things that you need? So I feel we need to come to a roundtable with these people, because at the end of the day, they are still Nigerians. So let's resolve this matter.
Brian, when we hear that, almost or over 8 billion naira, was lost because of this, or even more, because of this Monday sit at home, I'm now worried.
So I think it's 8 billion naira on Mondays.
On Mondays alone,
right.
So my worry is that I hope they'll be able to stand, economically as well, because it cannot just be, they start and then it just goes straight as well.
I believe that for Governor Soludo, that the amount of money that they lost during the sit at home, it was a small trade-off. I don't really think that the issue or the focal point was Onitsha main market. I strongly believe that the issue was him taking a stance against non-state actors, and he was prepared to lose billions of naira if it meant that the state government remained, imperial in the state, as opposed to non-state actors like IPOB.
Because it wasn't just market, it was schools, it was transportation, it was everything joined together. So I'm just hoping for peace and tranquility for the people
in the southeast
of Anambra. May they receive all the peace, and Governor Soludo, they trust in you right now, so they're expecting you to protect them. We will take a breather now, and when we come back, there is a lot of headlines we will talk about during the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere. This is TVC Breakfast. We'll be right back.